Well, today I did promise you that I was actually going to be speaking about the functions of the liver after the lecture on anatomy of the liver. It's important that we lay that foundation so that we're able to properly understand what happens when the liver becomes diseased. The functions of the liver are protein. In other words, they are quite plenty, and some have proposed about 500 functions, but I think it's like far reaching when you think about 500 functions of an organ. Uh, Many times when the liver is mentioned, people think about alcohol as the only toxin or trouble that can affect the liver. In fact, when you say, oh, your diagnosis is cirrhosis, people get surprised that because they don't drink alcohol, how could they get cirrhosis? And so uh, the liver is quite an important organ and can be affected by several diseases. Now, what are the functions that the liver will observe so that we can actually understand what happens when it is diseased? The first and important function is clearance of bile, bilirubin. In other words, the bilirubin is a product that is from removal of damaged red cells and also some muscles and so many other organs. It is the yellow pigment which is processed and removed from the liver by the liver itself. And so when a disease is affecting the liver, then this will accumulate and then jaundice results. The liver fights infections by two mechanisms. One, it's able to serve as a sieve so that when these microbes are getting into the body and they reach the sieve functions of the liver, the portion of the liver that sieves it, removes it macroscopically and also because there are also immune cells that can actually identify some of these germs that come through our food and so on, and they will also remove them. So some germs would escape, but a lot of them will be removed while they're passing through the liver. The second part is that it actually helps in the production of immune factors. These immunoglobulins will work together to actually fight infection. So the liver does quite an important work and in that regard. There is a production of bile. You and I know from elementary biology that bile is important as an emulsifier of fats. In other words, the oil and fats that you eat will only be converted to absorbable form. Remember the missile and so on. They will only be laid in a framework for digestion when bile emulsifies them within the intestines. And so the liver produces bile, which then goes into the intestines and helps in this regard. The liver is important to produce certain proteins, some of which are albumin. When albumin is low, there is a lot of dysregulation, transportation of certain parts or toxins out of the body, and also the way the fluid is distributed around our body is compromised. And so the liver does important functions in that regard. It produces cholesterol and special proteins, and it also converts excess glucose into glycogen. In other words, when you eat during the fat state, a lot of the excess glucose will then get stored as glycogen within the liver. And when you're in the fasted state, then some of that glycogen is released to provide some energy that you need at that time. The liver helps in the regulation of blood levels of amino acids, which is the building block of our systems. The liver stores iron. Iron is important in the building of our blood cells, hemoglobin in particular. And that is important. Without the liver, then there is going to be problems with the storage of iron and then anemia and so on. So the liver does quite a bit of things in that regard. The conversion of poisonous ammonia to urea is one pivotal function of the liver that you must not forget. Because when the liver is severely diseased, ammonia escapes to the brain And then that brings about lots of protein manifestations, including behavior as if though you were mad, or it gives a kind of what we call hepatic encephalopathy, distortion of memory, and also feeling, even becoming unconscious, and could lead to death. The liver clears the blood of drugs and other poisonous substances. Obviously, drugs, when they finish their functions, they need to be excreted out of the system, as that is not their habitat. The liver helps with removal of these drugs so that their poisonous activities do not get deposited within the body for too long. The liver regulates the way the blood clots itself. In other words, when you're cut, the reason why that cut will not continue to bleed all the time is that clotting factors come and block and form a clot around there so that the bleeding point is stopped. When the liver is diseased, those factors are dysregulated and they do not help in clotting, and so people bleed uncontrollably. This is all for this lecture. It's important to note that it's a prelude to the main lecture, which is hepatitis, and I will be welcoming you to the next one. And I know that for you to stick on at this point, you really want to get something out of this. You will definitely not be disappointed. Please hook on to the next course and you will get some definite ideas of what hepatitis is all about. Thank you and see you next. Bye-bye.